Jamie, you here, CEO of Focus 180 Coaching. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I work with people who are ready to move forward, ready to move from point A to point B. Point B meaning your mission, your vision, your destination, your dreams, your desires, right? And point A is where you are right now. So I help my clients to manifest their goal faster, quicker, and further. How do we do that? Really simply, we clarify your goals. We help you select and prioritize the right activities. We're gonna make sure you do what you're supposed to do every single day. That's called accountability. We're also gonna give you a push once in a while, but always with a smile. But most importantly, we are going to give you all the support you need when times are tough. Guys, www.focus180coaching.com if you want to know more about what I do, and book a complimentary session where we're going to clarify your goal and give you a mini plan of action. In the meantime, have a good one, be well, and stay focused on what you want. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Focus 180 Podcast. And this week, I hope you're ready because we're meeting with Wright. She is a spectacular woman. Not only she is a domestic violence survivor, she is the author of 2 upcoming books. First one, Finding Purpose Through Pain, and second one, The Power of Overcoming Shame and Learning to Love Yourself Again. She's a powerful international speaker and appeared on multiple TV shows such as 60 Minutes, BBC News, and most recently on the Doctor TV show with Dr. Ian Smith. She's also a proud member of 2 powerful organizations that serve the communities that are impacted by domestic violence. Jamie, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thank you, Denny. I am absolutely awesome and just grateful to be here.
No, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the fact that people don't know that it's Sunday afternoon right now, and you take the time of a busy schedule to talk about a topic, which is the power of overcoming setbacks, and I think a lot of people these days, because of what's going on in the world, need your knowledge, need your experience. So once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome, my friend.
Very good. You ready to jump in?
I'm ready to jump in. Let's do it, Denny.
So we'll do that really slowly start. Is there anything you would like to share with anybody for people who don't know you really well, or something that most people don't know about you? Then we'll go on the business side.
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, y'all, I'm just a small town girl from Northeast Oklahoma. And one thing I think that many people don't know about me is I absolutely loved playing with Barbie dolls when I was a little girl.
Really? Are you still playing today?
Unfortunately not. Maybe I should, right? It's like the adult coloring books. Maybe I should go buy me some Barbies and play with it from a form of, decompressing my stress levels.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Hey, tell us a little bit about your work experience, job title. Where did you work in the past?
Yeah, so I have about nearly 20 years in the federal government arena, in the auditing and accounting field. Been to Afghanistan as a part of my job. I served the men and women that serve our awesome country. I was never in the military, but definitely went over to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom twice to make sure that our men and women were getting the supplies and services that they needed over there. And so basically, by trade, Denny, I'm an accountant / auditor. Humble. I love my job because I do serve still American heroes, veterans.
Very good. Hey, let's talk about your business right now. What's the name of it again?
My business, ironically, is my name, Jamie R. Wright, LLC.
And what's your company is all about?
Yeah, so Denny, our mission basically is a straightforward one. And it's like, listen, you all, I started my organization to help empower communities to overcome shame, trauma, and transform it into hope, healing, happiness, and self-love. Because that's exactly what I've been able to do for myself. So through other resources.
So why did you decide to do this?
Yeah. My why is I just want to do my part, Denny, to leave the world a better place, right? So just a little bit about my story. I've had life happen to me, right? Child at 14 years old, homeless shelter as a result of domestic violence, and still I stand. So I'm committed to using my story and my platform and my LLC to say, hey, you all, if this small town girl from Oklahoma can take a licking and keep on ticking, you absolutely can do the same. So that's my why.
So how long ago did you start this company, by the way? Not too long, right?
Yeah, not too long ago, my company was actually birthed out of pain, right? Birthed out of adversity, and my power word through my higher being to overcome. And so, yeah, I started it in August of 2020 after finding myself at a domestic violence shelter for women, which is essentially a homeless shelter in the Houston area. So after I got my healing and stuff, Denny, and was like, listen, I'm not going to take this laying down, right? This just adversity laying down. That's how my company was birthed.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that, and I want to commend you. That's really really impressive. Not only it's about a year ago, and now already you're on TV, you write books and everything. But can you tell me really quickly the process? Because you tell me you're in a shelter, you're burning down, life sucks, and all of a sudden a year later you look at you today. What was the
Absolutely.
process?
The process for me, first of all, was accountability and making the decision, right? What I realized, Denny, is that, yeah, I might have been victimized, but I'm absolutely not a victim. And in order for me to get from, as you so beautifully put, from A to B, from your organization, Focus 180, in order for me to be, get from A to B, I had to hold myself accountable for the decisions that I made, good, bad, or indifferent, right? And for me, that was my first step from coming from the victimization to like victory, right? Really triumph. So that was the process. It's like accountability, and then I made the decision. Then he like, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna live my life and do what it is that I have to do to be my highest self. And whether that's investing in a coach, which I did, going to self help seminars, which I still do, reading books, doing whatever it is that I can turn my thought process in a way that will allow me to push and overcome.
I love it. I mean, everything you say so far is awesome. And I never, here's a question. I know you're not ready for it because we didn't practice it, but I want to know your why. What's your big why there? Because you started a new company. I know you want to help people. What's the big why? What's your vision?
Absolutely. My big why
Yeah,
always has been to make my grandmother proud.
your grandmother proud.
Oh yeah. And
Okay,
the people that came before me.
I see.
Like my grandmother didn't have the ability to whine and complain and feel sorry for herself, and neither did my forefathers, right? Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be on this beautiful platform talking to you right now, Denny. So who am I to be like, oh, woe is me? No, my why is to make my grandmother proud and to show the people that came before me, the men and the women that came before me, that I don't take what they did for me for granted. That's my big why. That's my life that keeps me grounded in the face, literally, of adversity all the time, Denny.
That's powerful. Very powerful. All right, let's talk about people who are having issues right now because a lot of people do. What do you think is the biggest challenge right now for people to change to overcome the setbacks? What is it? Is that the decision process, or is that, hey, I'm done? Like you said, that's it. What do you think it is?
In my humble, very humble opinion, Denny, I think it's two things. The first is realizing that we're in a situation that we have the power to overcome, right? Realizing it. Because if we are not at the source of realizing it, really, how do we go to work on shifting it or transforming it? Is the first for me, in my humble opinion. And the second is, after we realize it, make the decision.
Hmm.
We're at the source of choice. We have to make the decision. And the decision could be taking another job, starting a business in the face of fear, leaving a violent or situation,
Mm.
moving. So whatever that decision is, that's what looks best for your life. Make the decision and push.
Good. So you realize it, then you decide to do something. What's next? Anything else?
You become clear in what it is that you need to do, right? You become clear, and we'll talk about this later on. Those are my three fundamental steps, Denny. People ask me, Jamie, how did you become a mother at 14? You have an MBA, a master's degree, and all these accolades in your career field, and blah, And I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to my higher power for all of that. But it's these simple three steps that I've done my entire life that we'll talk about more. But it starts with recognizing and then
Recommend.
making the decision, and then you become clear. And you talk about this a lot, Denny, and that's why I have a huge amount of adoration and respect for you. It's like, hey, get clear, and you got to decide to be great. Like seriously, I wear my wristband,
Yeah.
every single day,
Got a
right?
couple.
Because we have to make the decision, right? And so after we make the decision, become clear in whatever it is that we need to do to get whatever it is that we want: relationship, money, clients, you name it.
I agree. I agree. As soon as you decide 100%, everything becomes a lot more clear, and you don't give a. I know I always say it. You don't
Do
care
you?
about what other people think, right? So okay.
Right.
So let's look at what would be the best advice. I mean, I know we said decide, we said recognize it, but let's say I'm stuck right now. I'm broke, or I'm not happy, or my business isn't doing well today with COVID and everything. What would be the best advice? Say, hey man, future is bright. What would you
The
say?
best the best advice would absolutely be, don't give up on hope and invest in yourself. And what I mean, Denny, by investing yourself is like, find a mentor or coach, find somebody that's doing what it is that you want to do. And you either ask them, or you ask them and you pay them to show you what it is that you want to do. And that's what I mean, that's literally what I've done. Is like, I invest in myself. And so it's for me, instead of buying, and I'm not judging anybody that does, like, hey, whatever makes you happy. But for me, it's like, instead of buying, a $300 pair of shoes, guess what? I might catch some shoes on sale for $25, and I'm going to go hire, Focus 180 coaching to help me get from A to B.
Thank you for the plug. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, because I believe in it with my entire heart.
No, I do. I know you do. So let's talk a little bit because stress happened. I know you what you live was really stressful. We know people are stressed. In your opinion, again, what's the best way to deal with stressful situation? You know, when nothing works, you get up in the morning, everything hit the fan. What do we do? What's the best thing to do?
I feel like the best thing to do is to be present in the moment and practice gratitude.
All right, now I'm going to ask a question certainly because I understand what you're saying, but for the people who's listening, so I'm saying I'm getting up in the morning, my dog poop on the carpet, the phone rings, I'm broke or whatever. It's not happy. You want me to stop and think about how grateful my life is?
Absolutely, because the gratitude is, for me, it's like law. It's like universal law, right? I don't know that the universe will continue to give us whatever it is that we deserve and desire if we're not grateful for what we already have. Right? So yeah, we can wake up many times, Denny, when I was at the homeless shelter, and the only way I could be there is to be on the top bunk, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm gonna fall off this top bunk, I'm gonna bust my teeth out. It's just gonna be horrible, right? So I'm speaking from experience, right? And so oftentimes I would have to say to myself, thank you, legs, thank you, feet. Because if not, or thank you that I have the ability to climb up to the top bunk, because my bunk mate that was on the bottom bunk, she didn't. She couldn't have climbed up there
Mm.
if she wanted to. So as I'm climbing up and down the bunk, for example, if I when as I was pushing through the shelter, I had the opportunity to feel sorry for myself. But I practiced gratitude, and literally I went from the shelter to being on TV to living the life that I deserve now. I know I deserve now. And for me, it was practicing gratitude.
I agree 100%. Very powerful words. I mean, anybody's listening right now, personal goals or anything, personal business, everything. Yeah, appreciation is the key, isn't it?
Absolutely. Even on my job or even in my business, especially with the change in that administration, good, bad, or indifferent, we're up, like you said, people in the world, we're struggling mentally, financially, like you name it, right? And so when things get a little thick at work, I'm like, you know what? Thank God that I have a job, or thank God that I have the use of my limbs, right? Because less than a year ago, I you know my story, Denny. I could have been dead or paralyzed, right? So thank God, my universe, that I have the ability to type,
Yes,
the ability to see the screen.
very good. Uh, Anything else you want to share on this topic before we go to success question?
The
Very,
audience,
a lot of
I would just,
already the
yeah,
tough question.
I would just offer this to your audience. Practice gratitude.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. That's one of the things I do every morning. That's one of the things, you know me, I always say to my clients also, be grateful for you. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you're going to be grateful for things happening, right?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
So let's go to the success question. Tell us about, well, first of all, tell us about something. I don't want to go the most challenging in conflict because, and you overcoming it because you had done it. Other than the shelter and everything, is there anything else in the business when you started the business a few months ago, a challenge that you had to overcome? You would like to talk?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The fear of failing.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right.
The fear of failing and the fear of and one has to be mindful, Denny. Like we're all of us is up against something, right? All of us have a story to tell. I don't care who you are. All of us have overcome, had to push through some, I don't cuss, but some, right?
You want me to do it for you?
Go ahead, hit
No,
it,
I
Denny.
can.
And so, absolutely, Denny, I had to push through the fear of failing. I had to push through the conditioning and programming that I experienced in my domestic violence situation, the inadequacy that I felt, the things that I started to believe about myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it doesn't like, I don't know about y'all, but I couldn't take a pill and it just went away. Right. I still am doing things in the face of fear. But it goes back to what you asked me earlier, what's my why?
Yeah.
And I hold on to that and I say, screw it, I'm pushing. I'm feeling the fear, but I'm doing it anyway. So absolutely, Denny. Yeah, that's real.
And I know you do. In your opinion, can you name three characteristics, human traits that everybody kind of need to be successful in life and in business?
Absolutely. So for me, I would definitely say integrity, first and foremost. Discipline. And what I mean by discipline is like, listen, you're not going to feel like doing it, whatever it is sometimes. But guess what? You have to have the discipline and the commitment to do it anyway. So you can get the results that you desire, whatever that is. And I mean, I would say commitment,
Commitment.
discipline and commitment, integrity, discipline and commitment.
Can you define integrity in your own words? What does it mean to you?
Absolutely. My grandmother used to say it all the time, doing the right thing, even when you think someone is not looking.
Absolutely. No, that's the right definition. I can, if I can, may add, if you don't mind, I always say, for me, it's integrity is when I sleep good at night. So
Nice.
whatever I did during the day, if I can sleep good at night, that means I did well. And I'm not afraid
Love it.
of somebody picking up the phone and about somebody knocking at my door, because yeah, integrity is pretty cool. That's very important, and we need more people with integrity in this world, right? Uh, okay, here's a tough question. You ready for that one?
I'm
No,
ready.
nobody's perfect, right? So can
Right.
you name one thing that you did in the past, maybe a year or two, that you would recommend nobody to do it because you lost money, time, energy? Could be
A-
business or personal.
Absolutely. And I've lost lots. Marriage, promotions at work. I can go on and on, right? Giving people the power to control my emotions.
Say that again.
overreact, giving people my power to control my emotions.
And that's very important too.
Yeah. And
Emotion,
what I'm
feeling, equal energy, equal vibration.
love it. Can you say that one more time?
Oh, I was just saying that the vibration equal feeling, feeling equal vibration, and you attract what you vibrate, right? Yeah,
Love it. Absolutely.
yeah, and that's a good advice actually. I always call it, my 20-second rules. Pay attention to what you're saying. I don't want to talk too much, but since we're talking like friends right now, this is one of the things I always preach, and when I tell my client, be aware of what you're thinking right now, and if do something to feel better every 20 seconds. And look what happened in 3 months or 90 days. Your life can change. Oh no! Okay, Denny, let's go to the next question.
Love it, Denny.
What's the best advice for future entrepreneurs, businesswomen, businessmen, who people who wants to reach the next level?
Get out of your way and hire, ask for the help from someone that's doing what it is that you're doing. I'll never forget, it might have been the Millionaire Mind Intensive seminar. One of the seminars that I've attended throughout the years is like, you want to be rich, do what rich people do.
Right.
Right.
So
So get out of your own way and invest in yourself.
yeah. So I don't know if I asked you that already, but what's the one thing you do every single day to become a better woman, a better businesswoman?
Practice gratitude, no doubt.
We're back to gratitude. Okay, good. So what's next for you, my friend? 5, 7 years from now, where are we? Future goals?
You know it, Denny. So what's up for Jamie and Jamie R. Wright LLC? Where I see us in 5 years is changing the narrative around domestic violence, right? And what I mean by that, Denny, is creating a space for men and women, anyone, communities impacted by domestic violence from a transformative justice approach. And what I mean by that is getting to the root of why violence occurs and not just throw them in jail, lock them up, judge them, condemn them, right? So I see myself being a part of that narrative and paradigm shift, whether it's I'm at the Capitol Hill, you know, capitalizing off of the organizations that I have the honor of sitting on the boards right now, in terms of using my story and my platform to say, hey, the way we're doing it hasn't worked. So can we consider doing it another way? So that's where I see my LLC, myself in 5 years is using my platform and my voice to change the narrative around domestic violence.
Very, very impressive. Great. Good luck with that, by the way. Hey, what's your favorite book that you've read?
Definitely Becoming by Michelle Obama.
Why? Why? Quickly, because
Yeah, my quick why is when she talks about her grandfather and how her grandfather was so unhappy, and her mom had to explain to her that he once had dreams in visions and goals in his life and was not able to accomplish them just merely because of the color of his skin.
hmm, yeah. What's your favorite quote? Oh, you're
You
laughing.
ready? I'm
Yeah.
laughing because you like Oprah. You know that's my like.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
I love me some Oprah, right? And she quotes, "Turn your wounds into wisdom.
Mm,
Turn your wounds into wisdom."
yeah. Strong words.
We all, because we all have them. We all have wounds, and we all have wisdom. If we choose, we make the decision to be great and tap into them. That's powerful. Can you see the world, Denny? When the collective world say, I'm not going to hurt people because I'm hurt. I'm going to take my hurt and I'm going to turn it into wisdom, whatever that looks like. I love just the thought just gives me chills. Like,
It would be a slightly different world that we have now, for sure. Hey, let's go to promo time. I'm going to give you like a minute and a half to tell us how to contact you, why we should do business with you, and whatever you want to say.
thank you again, Denny. I'm honored to be on your podcast. I just respect the heck out of you, man.
Thank you.
So what I would say is please follow me on Instagram at Jamie R. Wright Speaker. I'm on Facebook Twitter and LinkedIn, y'all, at Jamie R. Wright Speaker. If you feel compelled in terms of anything I've shared today, I challenge you. I offer you the opportunity to donate to the Houston Area Women's Center, which is hawk.org online, or donate to Unsilenced Voices, which is an organization out of LA that provides services to domestic violence victims, survivors, families. And you can also find Unsilenced Voices online as well. So follow me on Instagram. Stay tuned. You can visit my website, jamierwright.com, because I have some really powerful things coming your way.
Cool. Hey, Jamie, I want to thank you one more time. We're almost to the end. So thank you for your time. Thank you for the great advice and the value you give to my listeners. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Denny.
Don't go anywhere. Let me do this and we'll say goodbye together, okay?
Okay.
So guys, if you're successful, or if you know somebody who's successful in their business and they're a good speaker, we're always looking for speaker. The only thing you need to do if you want to know the process, contact zeelall. I'm going to put her email right here below. Contact her. She's going to explain to you how we do that, what we're looking for. Also, I'm sure you like what Jimmy said today, so I need you to do 3 simple things and do it, right? Put a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and put a little like or thumbs up or do whatever. Just make sure, because the bigger we become, the more people we're going to be able to help. That's it. That's simple. And Jimmy, one more time, I want to say thank you very much. I give you the last word, but almost the last word. You want to say one more thing?
Make the decision. It'll be great.
Decide 100%. I agree. 100% too. And guys, I see you next week. In the meantime, be well and stay focused on what you really, really, really want.